I've been sitting on this John. Shout out Philly. I've been sitting on this John for like 7 weeks. 7 weeks. Right after the San Francisco game, I said, okay, on Monday, I'm going to come out rocking this because they're going to beat down San Francisco. They're going to beat them down. And then I said, okay, or after the beat down, no, that's not the right time to bring it out. Okay, I'll wait until they finish 13-4, 12-5, something like that, and they're well positioned for the playoffs. And I'll wear it for the NFC Championship game after they win the NFC Championship game. Now I'm just listen. I gotta shoot my shot now because they're looking one and done-ish. Oh my goodness.
Why don't you just return it? Like, why even wear it at this point? Like, do you feel forced to wear this shirt? I mean, you don't have to prove anything at this point. Discretion is the better part of valor. Get your $29.99 back, or something, or put it in mothballs, or put it in storage, and save it for next year. Jalen Hurts will still be the Eagles' quarterback. We don't know who the coordinator is going to be. And given that it's Philadelphia, we don't know who the coach is going to be for much longer.
Exactly.
And the way Philadelphia likes to roll, the Jalen Hurts, I think, is secure. You didn't have to wear that now, man. You should have saved that John. You should have saved it. You should have absolutely saved it. But then again, you're right, because it is now or never. Because you probably not only want it done, but ain't no way in hell. See, you talked all that shit, and we wasted all that time. Ain't y'all even gonna be in the NFC title game. Ain't no way the team that we saw lose 6 of his last 7, what is it, 6 or 7, 5 or 6? How many exactly is it, 5 or 6? I don't want to add another loss. I don't want to pile on. But this team that we saw literally limp into the playoffs because they're so beat up, all jokes aside, it really just goes to show you like these great hot starts, these impressive starts, is such a long, grueling war of attrition season. And they're just so beat up physically and mentally right now. Like, I have to say I told you so, because I'd be remiss if I didn't point out, like we talked about how easy the schedule will appear down the stretch and how they could get right going into the playoffs. Anything but. I mean, the Cardinals, the Giants yesterday, they outclassed what was once the class of the conference. It's so bad in Philly right now. The sky is not falling. It has fallen. It is a wrap in Philadelphia. They're going to go to Tampa and lose to Baker Mayfield in the first round and have an offseason full of questions.
Whoa.
Oh, absolutely.
Whoa.
They're losing. Absolutely.
You just saying that?
No.
You
said they look real one and done.
They look one and done-ish. But
I'm going to step farther. I'm saying they are one and done.
There's a little bit of hope.
Well, there's hope in the form of the fact that they're playing. As Fletcher Cox said, they get to play another day. But for me, it only prolongs the inevitable. And that is that this season will not end with business being finished. That wasn't last year. There was this idea that the Eagles were just going to be back, and they had reloaded, and they would get back to the Super Bowl, and they lost a close game, and they were on a BS pass interference call, and they'd be back to finish the job this year. And they'd be back, and in the process, shut up the San Francisco 49ers. Ain't happening, bro. Ain't happening.
Well, look, Mike. It's most of the time the Super Bowl hangover happens during, like, early in the season, right? Mm-hmm. A team that goes to the Super Bowl, we've heard all sorts of stories. You go to the Super Bowl and you lose it, that team really has a hard time even making the playoffs. They get off to 3-5 starts, 3-6 starts. This team got off to a 10-1 start. And think about some of the victories that they had. I mean, they go to Kansas City, look like they're struggling. They beat Kansas City. Look like they're going to lose in overtime to Buffalo. They beat Buffalo. They beat Dallas. They had 1-1 against Dallas, but they had some of the iron. They went up against some of the iron of the league on the road and got it done in their first 11 games. Just destroyed Miami at the crib, all kinds of things. And then they fell apart. They just fell apart, and part of it is
things fall apart. Things fall apart.
Yeah, things fall apart. A Philly story.
Chinua Achebe and one of the best Roots albums, which is hard to pick a favorite Roots album, but things fall apart.
That's right. That's in there.
Yeah.
I think things fall apart. I wonder if Nick Sirianni
6.
was listening to that. Was he listening? Was he listening to that? Because I think he got it wrong when he made the change at coordinator. He's looking at the defensive side. He goes from, now think about this. He goes from Sean Desai to Matt Patricia as a defensive coordinator. And Patricia has been so bad coordinating the defense that he actually did a better job last year when he was an offensive coordinator, and he's a novice at that. You'd probably be better off having Matt Patricia in control of your offense like the Patriots did last year. You might actually have a chance. He's been bad. He's been so bad. He's been so bad that Jalen Hurts looking at it on offense, hurt his middle finger. Jalen Hurts wants to put up his middle finger.
He hurt his middle finger flipping him off.
That's right.
I'm glad you could laugh. I'm glad you laugh. Again, that's a banging shirt.
I know, it's sad.
I appreciate the investment. It just goes to show how committed you have been to this cause, but it's a lost one. Emphasis on loss. 5 of 6.
I got another
people
one.
Dropping like flies.
And just in case.
And it's just not their year, man.
I'm going to tell you. Just in case Philly messes around, let's say they F's around and get to Vegas, I got another one. I got another one in Vegas.
Don't wear that one. Don't sweat that one up. Don't sweat that one up. Because, see, now you can't even return that one because it's going to smell like you. Did you take the tags off of that one?
No tags on.
You took the tags off. So now you got to keep it.
You know what? I'm such a good friend.
Give it to the kids. The kids don't know the difference.
Thank me later.
Give it to one of the boys.
I'm such a good friend.
They don't know the difference. Okay.
I'm such a good friend. I have one for you.
Do you? Oh, like in the event that the Niners lost to the Eagles in this hypothetical, mythical, magical, majestical day of an NFC Championship game rematch.
Right.
In the event that happened, you had a shirt for me to wear. Is that what it was? Okay, I'll take it.
I got one for you.
I'll take it.
I got one for you.
Okay, good.
It's just like this.
I still have I'm still a large, you know. It look a little medium on me, but I'm still a large. I'm still squeezing my way into a large. So you got me a large, right? I don't want the extra large. I want to look like a dress, right? You know. I don't want it to.
I didn't get you a large. I got you a medium, bro. You're gonna have to come on.
Got you a medium? Okay. Yeah. Got me an extra medium.
I got you a medium.
All right,
you got to deal with it. You're gonna have to muscle. You have to muscle shirt that thing up or something.
You know what? And I just got a text. I just got a text from Natalie. Natalie wants a part of this. Natalie would like credit, and I'm going to give it to her. She's right. She deserves it. She deserves it because just in the same way that you showed up in your Eagles attire and you're taking it like a man, Natalie, who, as many know, is a diehard Eagles fan who manages the Brother from Another, Holly and Smith social accounts, she has acknowledged that once in a while your boy knows what he's talking about, okay? So she has acknowledged that the Eagles are struggling, that the Eagles do not look as formidable as they once did. So I appreciate the consistency on the part of everybody associated with this here program. Y'all ain't got to say I was right. Everybody know I was right. And, you know, it's because I tend to be right. You know, it's fine. But I appreciate it's been fun. It's been fun, Michael. It's been a fun season of banter. And I'm glad we, milked it for all it was worth. Because
why are you talking
y'all going home?
Why are you talking
in the past tense? In the past tense? Because that's what your team is. That's what your team is. That's what your team is. They're okay. Yes, they qualified for the playoffs. Sure.
I'm checking your
participation trophy.
I'm checking your essay, and I'm writing on there.
Agreement.
I'm saying fixed tenses.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fix tenses, please.
Yeah.
But let me ask you though. Let me ask you real quick question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
So
go ahead. So let's move on to teams that have a chance to actually advance. Go ahead. Sure. After this, go ahead.
Okay. We will.
Yeah.
But I'm just last point on this. 1-5 team down the stretch. You're 10-1. You go to the Super Bowl last year. You have a lead at halftime of the Super Bowl. You are moving the ball easily, comfortably, and you lose it. And you come into this season, the expectation is that you're going to win the game. You're going to get back to the Super Bowl and win it, right? That's the expectation for the Philadelphia Eagles. So if that's your expectation and you go 1-5 and you happen to go one and done in the playoffs, and I don't know, maybe the greatest coach of all time is available as a free agent or via trade. And he ain't looking to be general manager. He just wants to catch Don Shula. He wants to stack some wins very quickly. If you're Nick Sirianni, are you a little insecure right now about your standing in Philly? Because all they're missing, maybe Howie Roseman looks at it and says, all we're missing is a head coach. Our head coach lost it. So
yeah,
why not bring in Bill Belichick? Push us over the top.
We definitely going to talk more about Belichick a little later. But to answer your question, I'd be insecure. We talked about this, I think, last week. I'd be insecure if I were Nick Sirianni just given my predecessor. My predecessor did more than I did. And, he didn't have a long leash on the back end of that Super Bowl. So I'd be insecure because I'm in Philly. I'd be insecure because, as somebody told, did I tell you this? Like this is right up there with go be great somewhere else. I was talking to an executive this year, and we were just talking about job prospects and who was gonna get fired and what was gonna become open and who was next and the third. And he was like, we all interim when you think about it. He's like everybody's interim. Like whether you have the tag or not. Like that's what this league is. I woke up this morning with UGK's one day you're here, next day you're gone on my mind. Because that's this league, that's this life, but that's especially this league, and we certainly got to react to a lot of the hirings and firings.
That's a top three quote, along with, "Hey man, I just got to liquidate the roster." That's up there with liquidate the roster. That's a great quote. We're all interim.
Yeah, they're all interim. All right, Black Monday stuff coming up, but stay with the playoffs though.
Hey, thank you for watching Brother from Another. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, go ahead and do that now. Don't forget you can catch us 3 to 4 weekdays on PeacockTV.com and on Sirius XM Channel 85.